The first thing I noticed was her hesitation. My mother stood on my doorstep, hands still suspended mid-air after knocking, like she wasn't sure she should be there. She looked smaller than I remembered, her eyes darting from my car to my porch, to the little signs of the life I'd built without her. "Can I come in?" she asked quietly. I smiled. Of course. But the second I opened the door wide, the color drained from her face. She didn't know it yet, but she had just stepped into the trap I'd been building for 8 long years. Everything changed the day my half-sister was born. I was 16, old enough to recognize betrayal, too young to stop it. My mother and stepfather came home from the hospital with her wrapped in pink, glowing with pride. Within weeks, I started disappearing. No more dinners saved, no one asking about my grades, no one even seeing me. One night, my mother stood in the doorway of my room, arms crossed. "We can't do this anymore," she said flatly. "We need space for the baby. For our real family." Real family. 2 words that broke something inside me. By the end of that week, I was gone. Just a trash bag of clothes, no money, and nowhere to go. I learned quickly what survival meant when the people who were supposed to love you wanted you erased. I didn't see them again for years, but I watched from afar. Every photo, every update, every smiling post. My mother with her perfect new daughter. My stepfather holding cakes and gifts. It used to tear me apart until one day, the pain turned into fuel. I promised myself the next time they came back, and I knew they would. I wouldn't be the broken girl they abandoned. I'd be their reckoning. They reached out exactly 8 years later. The message was sweet and sudden. "We should reconnect. We miss you." I almost laughed. I knew what that really meant. My stepfather had gone bankrupt. Their house was gone. Their golden child wasn't so golden anymore. They needed me now. "So," I replied kindly, warm, polite, every word dripping with false sweetness. Each text I sent was bait wrapped in honey. By the time she showed up at my door, I was ready. I led her into the living room, every detail arranged on purpose. The gleaming floors, the photos of me with friends and mentors, people who became my real family. On the mantel, a framed deed carefully placed where she could see it. Quiet proof that everything here was mine. She noticed. I could see her mind doing the math. "Beautiful," she murmured. "It is," I said, smiling. "Mine." She tried to keep things casual, asking about work, love, as if 8 years of silence could disappear with small talk. I let her talk, let her pretend she was in control. Then I leaned forward. "Why are you really here?" She froze, her mouth opening, then closing. Finally, she sighed. "Things have been hard. We lost the house. Your sister's tuition." I finished her sentence for her. Her eyes flashed with irritation. "Families help each other," she said, her tone sharp. I tilted my head. "Do they?" Because mine didn't. I could have ended it right there, thrown her out, slammed the door, enjoyed watching her fall apart. But revenge isn't about the moment. It's about the design. I poured her tea, watched her take a careful sip, and then placed the papers I'd prepared on the table. Bank statements, court filings, bankruptcy documents. Her shoulders went rigid. "How did you—" "I make it my business to know," I said, calm and cold. "I know you're drowning, and you came here hoping I'd save you. But here's the truth, Mother." The word felt bitter in my mouth. "You killed me 8 years ago. Tonight, I'm just burying the body." Her hands trembled. "You don't understand." "No," I cut in, my voice steady. "You don't. I was 16. You threw me out for your real daughter. You left me with nothing. Now you have nothing. That's justice." I stood over her, towering. "Get out." She stayed frozen, pale, shaking, clutching her empty teacup like it might protect her. "Final time," I said softly. "Get out." She stumbled to her feet, her shoulders hunched as she walked out into the night. The door closed behind her with the weight of a verdict. I didn't watch her leave. I didn't need to. People sometimes ask if I miss them, if I miss her. The answer's simple. You can't miss something that never truly existed. What I feel now isn't grief, it's clarity. They thought they buried me 8 years ago, but I grew roots in the dark. I built a life from nothing, brick by brick, scar by scar. So when she came back expecting the child she discarded, she found something else instead. A woman, a survivor, and her judgment day. That night, I poured myself a drink and sat by the window, watching the city lights flicker across the skyline. For the first time in years, the ghost of that 16-year-old inside me finally felt still. Not because I forgave her, but because I finally won.